That's gonna be that. This will be for Thursday. There we go. Okay. Hi Dawn, hi Kim, can you guys hear me okay? Hi Cynthia. Hi Lenore, I just have a few people having a hard time seeing this, so I'm going to send a link to them. How is everybody today? Got Lenore. Kim. Cynthia and Dawn. Where's Dawn's name? I lost Dawn. Where are you, Dawn? There you are. Hi, Wanda. Hi, Amy. Ah, yes, Amy, that makes sense. Yeah, because it doesn't go to membership until after. I have to set it up as unlisted. Marcianne's having a problem getting on. Let me just go. Did I put it live to everybody? Let me just double check. I found you, Dawn. It's okay. I'm just going to check something really fast. Just bear with me. No, I have it under members only. So it should have been under the membership tab. Yeah, it's under the membership tab. Yeah, it's under the membership tab as well. What happened, Amy, is I didn't come on early. I came on at exactly 4 o'clock. Like exactly 4 o'clock. Hi, Marcianne. Okay, let me just get to writing people down here. Usually I'm on a little bit early, but I might have to re-upload my video because apparently somebody's saying, even though it's royalty-free music, that I have a copyright claim on it, and I just don't like that. So I may re-upload it later. Amy. And I haven't forgotten about doing the draw for the VIP of the month. I think I'm going to go live and do that draw sometime tomorrow. I've just been so incredibly busy that I don't know if I'm coming or going. Lenore, there's no bulky sewing in that. It's just looks bulky because we squish everything into the middle. So there's no bulky sewing. The tough part is the turning in the end. No bulky sewing at all. It's 100% domestic machine friendly. I do recommend that you have a zipper foot though. It'll definitely make your life easier. No bulky sewing at all though. Cynthia, I organized my fabric today too. Because I had time to do that. Not at all. So we'll give it about 10 minutes to see who all comes on. We should have a class of 39, believe it or not. It's crazy. But yeah, we don't have to worry about bulky sewing in this bag at all. No, let me go grab it. I'll show it to you guys. 1 second. This is it. So you can see it's quite small. We do have a raw edge around here, but I will explain how to do it without a raw edge. It's got 2 slip pockets, 3 zipper pouches. It's actually fairly easy to put together. It just is crazy what you have to stuff in between it. So yeah, Kim, softer vinyls. I use really thick vinyls. I'm actually going to be using thick vinyls for the next, just because you got to pull them through. I mean, these were fine. I'm so glad that I didn't use the pearl vinyls, because I was originally going to use a green pearl vinyl on this. That just would have probably done me in. It would have been terrible. So this is Canuck vinyl. It was okay. This is Fangirl Fabrics vinyl. It was okay. If you want to make it a little easier to turning, but you want to have a mixture, I would say you can do this all in one solid color too. I think Mora faux leathers would be really good for it. You could use a cotton print for this one and this one. The only difference is you would be interfacing all the pieces with a fleece to give them a little bit more girth, I guess it is. I'll explain that when we start going through that anyway. So is there anybody that's using cotton for this? It is super cute. Dave decided it needed to be the lilac. The only thing I find the vinyl is a little bit too thin. I can see my magnetic snap here a little bit. I'm not too sure. I guess I could have put a piece of fleece or something there to kind of hide that. I think it might just be me noticing it. It's not too bad at all. But yeah, no, it's pretty good. It didn't take me too long to sew, but it did take me 20 minutes to turn it through. So yeah, but it is super duper cute. But yeah, I wouldn't be using any thick vinyls or leathers or anything. Dawn, you're going to be using cotton. Okay. Lenore, Mora or Canuck would be good. Mora would probably be best because it's a little bit more flexible and doesn't wrinkle as bad. This purple is a Canuck, but I had to steam out some of the wrinkles from it after turning it. As you can still see some of the wrinkles happening. Here's a wrinkle here and here and here. So I have to steam it a little bit more, just because that all gets squished in there really good. So yeah, that's why I like to make something for the first time beforehand, so I kind of know what we're getting into. Okay, do I have everybody here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I got 9. Who am I missing? Okay, I'm going to say who I have here. Tell me if I am missing you. I don't think I have Kim marked down. There's Kim. No, I do. So far I have Amy, Marcianne, Wanda, Kim, Dawn, Lenore, and Cynthia. Am I missing anybody that's popped in already? Thick vinyl. Amy, do you know what the pearl vinyl is? I don't know the size of it. I would say glitter and pearl vinyls I would not do with this one. Canucks, Rex, Mora faux leathers, those would all be good. I have used EB Fuse Heavy, Wanda, in my front and my back panels. The pattern calls for Decaville Light. I use EB Fuse Heavy instead of Decaville Light all the time now. I'm never buying Decaville Light ever again. I'm just not. So I have EB Fuse Heavy on this front panel and on the back panel. The rest of my vinyl is not interfaced at all. Oh, hi, Lauren. Okay, Lauren, where are you? Lenore. I really need to put these in alphabetical order. I think it would help me. Robbie, June, Nicole, Frankie. I just like to mark off who's here so I know. Lauren, there you are. If you're using all cotton, you of course will interface all the cotton with a woven interfacing like EB Fuse Light or SF101, and then not the front and the back panels because you'll have Decaville Light or EB Fuse Heavy on them, but all of the other exterior panels you will also put fleece, fusible fleece in them, just if it's cotton, just to give them a little extra something else. You will not want to put EB Fuse Heavy or Decaville Light on all the pieces, trust me. Any other questions about interfacing? Oh, and in my flap, it calls for Decaville Light. I did Decaville Heavy as well, just because I like my flap to be a little bit stiffer. And Wanda, the pattern's actually written for cottons, so yeah. Hi Diane, welcome. No need to be sorry. Diane, where are you? Diana, I'm actually going to send a link to Denelda because she sometimes has a problems finding it, so bear with me here. Let me just send this to Denelda. Where am I going? Nope, not there. Here. I can't see the screen for a moment. Just want to be able to help her get in because she's been having problems. Oh my goodness. Let's try this again. Where is she? Maybe I won't be. I can't find her email address. Oh well, hopefully she figures it out. Well, Amy, it may be fine. It just is. It's just really hard to turn. Maybe watch the end of my tutorial and you will see. I wouldn't interface any of your vinyls though if you're doing that. Besides the flap, I would leave everything uninterfaced if it's a thick vinyl. Where are your vinyls from, Amy? I said if a pearl would be too thick, and the Galaxy Customs glitters, oh, I would definitely not do this in a glitter because it would be way too sticky and make it even more impossible to turn through. So gotta remember, you're going to be turning it through all of this here, all of this section right here. You're going to be turning through this one zipper. I used Fangirl vinyl, that's this, so it was okay. I think the only Galaxy Customs one I wouldn't use on this would be the pearls. And I know I'm just looking at my Galaxy Customs to see the pearls and the glitters. This is Canuck. It's fine. So if it's similar to Canuck, you'll be fine. Which is similar to, say, Rex or from Emmeline Bags. Bring it on. Okay. Awesome. Okay. So going over interfacing again. If you are using cotton for your pouches, you will interface them with medium woven interfacing. After you've done that, just your front one and your back one, you will also interface with Decovil Light or EB Fuse Heavy. Your other panels, so you can kind of see, so the back one here, this middle one, and the back of this one, you will interface with fleece if you're using cottons. That should be fine, Danya. You see, did you like my little workout with the video? I said I may be taking that video down and re-uploading it because there was a copyright claim against the music I had playing at the end, but it shouldn't be. It was a royalty-free music. I have a membership, so I may just wait and see what happens with it. I put in a complaint with YouTube, so it's still playing. I'm just not making any money off of it, so which is okay. EB Fuse Heavy is so much better than Decovil Light in my honest opinion. And I'm not just saying that because it's a Canadian product. I'm just saying it because I truly do prefer it over Decovil Light. Decovil Light and I had a love-hate relationship. I could never get it to fuse properly. I just really, really had a hard time with it. So EB Fuse Heavy, same effect, and it is amazing. I just love it. Okay, so we got 12 in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I am missing people. Okay, I'm going to read who I have again and shout out if I am missing you, because I am missing about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm missing 3 people. So I have Amy, Marcianne, Wanda, Kim, Dawn, Lenore, Cynthia, and Lauren. Who am I missing? Oh, I forgot Diane. There's Diane. Sorry, Diane. Any other questions about fabrics before we get started? I am not sure if it's available anywhere else, Lenore. Emmeline Bags is the only place I know that carries it. But I could be wrong, but I think that it's her product. Oops. Gotcha, Diane, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm still missing 2 people. What 2 people are hiding out in there and I can't see them? Yeah, exactly. Decovil does wrinkle. I do like Decovil Heavy though, but I mean it's always in the base. So Decovil Heavy and Peltex, I actually prefer Decovil Heavy over Peltex, but I mean I will use either or. Okay, I'm trying to get. I have bits and pieces of this bag everywhere because I just finished it. How are we doing for time? It's already 20 after. Okay. Alrighty. Well. I didn't even check my cameras first, so I better make sure. We had a power outage just before I came on. That's why I was a little late. Okay, good. I'm going to turn this light off because we discovered in the other class. How is that? Is that too dark or are we okay? It is safe to use all vinyls as long as they are thinnish, yes. Let me just double check what she says in here. Fabric recommendations. Yes. I recommend using thin fabrics such as quilt cotton, thin vinyl, etc. for the exterior because of the bulk of some parts of this pattern. Thick material might not work well. And it's not because of the bulk of sewing, it's because of the it's because of the bulk of having to turn it all through. For the lining, you can use waterproof canvas, wax canvas, or quilt cotton, which should be interfaced with the SF101. My honest opinion, I would not use waterproof canvas in this. I wouldn't. I would use quilting cotton. Trust me. Trust me, trust me. My admins know because I was sure I was sending them play-by-plays of me trying to turn that bag for 25 minutes. I said, and I used thicker ones, so yeah. So yeah, thinnest the better. So Connects, Rex, faux leathers, Moras were good. Fangirl wasn't too bad. You have to rethink it. Yeah, Amy. She suggested in the pattern too, so I wouldn't use anything too thick at all. All right, so let's get to cutting this baby. I feel unorganized. So we are going to use the back page, page 34 of the pattern, to keep track of what we are cutting out. Ignore the mess of everything. As I said, I was sewing all day today, getting this done. I just finished shooting this tutorial. Oh, Melissa's here. Okay, where did I put my book? Hi, Melissa. Nice to have you back. I know you had a busy, busy, busy summer. You can, Cynthia, if it was waterproof canvas, you can definitely do it. I just know myself, I have bad carpal tunnel, and this took me a while, and I used cotton, but I did use vinyls as well, so just my recommendations. All right, so let's start off first with our accent vinyls, so, or cottons. Again, you can use cottons for these. Is there anybody that is going to be doing a turned flap, or is it going to be raw edge flap like I did? Mine is all, can you see I've edge painted it all. First time I used Angela's edge paint, loved it. The color is perfect to match this lilac. So I am going to be doing everything that's lilac in this, I'm going to be doing in black vinyl for this one. So that is what we're going to cut first. So keep an idea of what you will be using for fabrics for that. So we're going to cut the 2 flat pieces in vinyl. If you're using cottons, you can go ahead and cut that as you want as well in cottons. This middle section, and then my connectors and my handles. So we will start with that. Turn flap. Okay, Lenore, remind me so I can explain to you. Well, that'll be next class. I'll be able to explain to you how that works next class. Okay. So we're going to draw out the crossbody strap first, which we're cutting 4 inches by 54-ish inches. So length of fabric usually, or width of fabric. Need to get my ruler. And I'm going to go ahead and draw all my pieces again on the back side of my vinyl. Angela, yes, it's from Tandy, Dawn. I just used the same, I did the same base coat and everything with the Giardini as I usually do. I think that's going to hit the table. I just replaced the paint with the Angela's paint. And it was really nice, but it did take 24 hours to dry, so it takes significantly more time to dry than, say, the Giardini, but it's worth it. Okay, so I'm going to draw out my crossbody strap to the length of the fabric. So we're just going to keep going. My length is 54 inches here, so I'm just going to go all the way to the end, 4 inches. I'm going to dash my middle line at the same time. Keep on going. Oops. course, I did not cut my vinyl off of the roll very straight. I buy my black vinyl in bulk on a big 15-meter roll, so okay, so that's my crossbody strap. Done. Everybody see this okay? I think we're good. So then we'll mark off on here, crossbody strap. Where are we? Short, long strap, done. Now they do 60 inches by 4 inches in the pattern. I always just do the width of fabric, and most vinyl rolls come in 54 inches. That's why I do them 54 inches, and it's more than enough for a crossbody strap. Next, we're going to do the short strap. So I'm going to draw out 15 inches by 4 inches. by 4, and again I'm going to mark my midsection for when I make the strap at 2 inches with a dashed line. Done. So we can mark off short strap. Crossbody connectors, we want to do, I'm going to grab my smaller ruler, I don't need this one anymore. We are going to do 2 crossbody connectors, 3 inches by 2 inches. So I'm just going to use my 4-inch square one here. That's 3 inches. And my 2 inches. What's under here? A broken clip. Oops. And then do my 1-inch half line there. I'm going to start labeling these. So this is a connector, handle. Crossbody connector is done. Okay, so I am doing my zipper tabs a little bit different. I will be doing my zipper tabs in a vinyl. I have a different way of doing them. I do them in the tutorial the way I will be stating. Is there anybody that's doing a cotton zipper tab? So while I'm waiting for that answer, I'm going to draw out 3 zipper tabs, 1 inch by 2 inch. By 2 inch. Actually, I lied. For the way I want to do them, you want to draw them 2 inch by 2 inch for 3 zipper tabs that way, for the way I'm going to do them. If you're doing cotton zipper tabs, well, you're going to cut them 2 inches by 2 inches anyway. So if you're doing vinyl ones like me, cut 2 inches by 2 inches for your zip tabs. You will cut the same in cotton. Just remind me, Cynthia, when we get to that part to explain what you will be doing different. Trying to remember to include different ways people may be doing it, and this pattern actually gives instructions for cotton and vinyl, which is fantastic. Okay, how's everybody doing there? Is anybody cutting with me today? Oh, I keep forgetting to open up my tea. I wish you could see the mess on my desk. It's crazy here. Okay, so next we want to do our invisible connector what the invisible connector is, I'll put this down like this. I'm going to show you what the visible connector is. Table. Okay, so the visible connector is, can you see where this connector is? It kind of goes in underneath. So this is a big long piece. It's actually a really cool thing that she's done. It helps give this square shape on top. It gives a little bit more solid type thing. So it's actually really cool. So let's go back. So the invisible connector, we want to cut 13 inches by 2 inches. So my ruler is 12, so I'm going to have to add an extra inch on there. And there's 13. And for that, you can go ahead and mark your center line as well at 1 inch with the dashed line. I love patterns that have measured pieces. It just goes so fast. So invisible connector. Okay. And then, okay, I think the last part I have to do for this accent vinyl, visible connector is done. Oh, no, we got a couple more. Okay, so for your flap piece, in the pattern, it said to cut, if you were doing vinyl, to cut at this solid line. I'm not going to do that. We're still going to cut at the dash line, just like you would be doing cotton, and you will see why later on when we start making it. It just ends up giving you a little bit more space to work with to get nice edges for edge painting, and it makes it less confusing for when I have to explain how to do cotton ones. So for the flap, everybody is going to trace out or cut out 2 exterior pieces for your flap panel. So again, that is this part right here. So if you are doing cotton, say an exterior cotton, and then say a lining cotton, you would decide which ones you would want to do for each and cut each of those. For me, I'm going to be cutting 2 vinyl ones and then edge coating them like I did with this one. You're changing to vinyl, Cynthia? Cool. So let's go ahead and draw out 2 of those. I really should have cleaned my desk first. Okay, so where do I want to draw these? I'm going to draw them over here. Okay. I lost my pen. I'm going to draw them this way. So I'll draw the first half like so. And then just mark that halfway mark with a little line like this. Flip it over, match up those center lines. And draw your next. And then do it for a second one. That's my flap and flap. Okay. And then next, you're going to have your piece B here. So you kind of want to, it's labeled front pouch middle pouch, back pouch. So what we're cutting out right now is the middle pouch. So we need to do 2 of those. So we're going to do it in the exact same way we just did that one. I'm actually going to go this way, I think. Actually, no, I'll go this way. So let's cut out 2 of these. This bag is so fast to cut out because there's minimal pattern pieces. I just love that about it. And with it being measured, easy. Easy and fast. I'm just hoping that the vinyl I've chosen, I have enough to cut out 4 of these for my exterior. We'll see. This bag is also, I've seen it done 100% in one color in Mora, and it is gorgeous. So that is another thing you could do for sure, is 100% solid color, and it just makes it like this super classy looking bag. It's so pretty. Okay, I'll cut another one here. There's Coco. Okay, so I'm gonna write middle and middle, and I think that is all we need from the accent fabric. So you can go ahead and cut that all up. Rotary cutter over here. Would you believe I have 3 more tutorials that I have to get out for designers this weekend? That's what I'm doing, is all one color. Diane, that makes it so easy. Hi, Alba. How are you? No need to be sorry. Alba, we had already talked about fabrics and everything to choose for this. As per the pattern's instructions, it calls for thin vinyls and cottons. I 100% agree with her recommendation. What will you be making yours in, Alba? Where do I want to put this? Okay. That's the crossbody connector. So as you'll see, we're not doing any interior zipper pockets or anything with this one. It's not big enough for it. And that would just add even more bulk when it came to turning this, and trust me, you do not want that. That's over there. Awesome, Elba. Is it a thinner vinyl? And so this was mine here. So I'm not gonna lie, it was tough to turn because you turn it through all of this bulk through one pocket, one very, very small zipper pocket. This one in particular, it is. So yeah. That would be super cute. I love themed bags. Well, it seems I do lately. I was doing like a vinyl solid kick for a while, but I've been really, really into doing the themed bags since I discovered Fangirl Fabrics. Plus, I'm starting to make bags for market, and I just think fandom type stuff is what's going to sell. So making my tutorial bags and that is killing 2 birds with 1 stone for me. Oh, that sounds good. I'm not sure what that is, but you want it to be soft and thin for sure, Elba. So there's my, I know it seems weird that we're only doing 3 zipper ends, but trust me, it will make sense when we get going. Those 2 are done. See how fast it is to cut out so far though? It's great. So again, you can do every single piece of this, including the straps, in cotton if you wanted as well. It's all pretty much the same process. The only difference is how I do my zipper tabs, but I will explain it how to do it in cotton. And the flap, I will do my best to explain how to do both of them. What about canvas? The pattern says that you can use waterproof canvas. I myself would recommend not using waterproof canvas for the lining with a vinyl exterior. I think it would be tough to turn through, but canvas on the exterior might be okay too. It's kind of a pliable. You've got the themed fabric in vinyl and canvas. Wow. I would go with whatever is thinner. But if the canvas isn't too bad, I would use it. Or not canvas, the vinyl. I would use it for sure. Okay, and then the middle sections. I feel like I just cut this bag out, probably because I did yesterday. Said I got the whole bag and the tutorial and everything done in a day. So I just had to do the voiceover part today. Oh, and I did the final turnout, but that was mainly because I had to wait for my edge paint to dry overnight. Otherwise, it would have all been done yesterday. So it's a really fast sew. So the only hard part was the turning it through. You just have to be patient and take it slow and make sure you're not pulling too hard. It's all good. I wish there was an easier way to do it. I can't figure out one. I think it is what it is. If there was an easier way, I'd be showing it. Okay, so there's our 2 middle pouches. So I'm just going to set this aside for now, up here. How's everybody making out? So this is going to be, I got my stuff from Fantastic Customs, and this is going to be where my Starbucks stuff is. Here is going to be this one, and then it's going to have the black accents. Oh, I hear you, Elba. I have so much of this Louis Vuitton stuff that I just don't know what I was thinking. Like, I have so much of it. Doing good? Okay, so we're going to keep going. So now we have to cut 4 of these for the front pouch and the back pouch. Again, you can see what mine are. This is Starbucks. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So that is what we are cutting out now. So, yeah. Hey, Karen, how are you? You're forgiven. I think you're just watching anyways, aren't you? I know you have a ton of orders that you have to get through. Okay. So if you're using directional fabric like me, make sure you're taking into account that it's facing the right way. Mine is. And we are going to cut, or I'm going to draw out 4 of these. So who has started doing what I do and drawing on the back of the fabric, or do you just go cut crazy right away? I know this takes a little more time, but for me, it just keeps me more accurate and helps me not waste too much vinyl. Am I using the right piece? Piece B pouch vinyls. Yeah. I just want to make sure I'm not using the interfacing piece. No, I'm good. That would suck if I cut the wrong one. You do it like I do, Lauren? Was that something you were doing before? Or something that you learned from me? This one. I hope I have enough. I think I have enough. The only time I go cut crazy is if I have an acrylic template, and I honestly don't have very many of those. And usually only if it's a pattern I know really well, like the Necessary Collect Wallet. You draw then cut too? It's exactly what it is, Karen. It is definitely like a measure twice, cut once type thing. Oh, Kim, you draw now too? You wasted so much? I used to waste so much too, and then I started doing this, and the only thing I don't really do it for is cottons, because, I mean, on the fold is hard. You can't really draw on the back of cottons, but for my vinyls, which are absolutely precious, definitely like to draw them out. You hear Benny scratching at my door, but I think he just wants me to give him a treat. 3. Super fast to cut out so far though, hey? Okay, I gotta let Ben in. He's gonna scratch at that door until I let him in, so. Come on, old man. Go to your bed. What? No. Can somebody let Benny outside, please? Okay. And listen for the Purelator guy for me. He just wants me to go upstairs. He tried to be a little herding dog and herd me upstairs. He just ran right back up there. Wanda says she does marking now more since I've been taking your classes, but I could not keep up with you. You're so fast and I'm so slow. It's not about speed, Wanda, at all. You can do it at your own rate. I just know I only have a certain amount of time to be able to show you guys everything I want to do in each class as well. So 1, 2, 3. Oh, look, I'm going to have like barely just enough. Maybe I'll be able to make a, I don't know, a flap or something for a wallet with the rest of this. Again, I'm thinking about everything I can do with my scraps. Goodness me, I hate wasting stuff. So the classes, time flies so fast. Like right now, it's already 10 to 5. Like I just don't understand where the time goes. Okay, Okay, and then once you have those all cut out or drawn, you can go ahead and cut them out, and then we're done with that main fabric. So you can be cutting these if you're doing cotton as well, the exact same way. When doing this in all vinyl, you have very minimal interfacing, that's for sure. Okay, that's all I have left. So this is a 12 by 54 inch roll, so this pattern is good for those shorter rolls, that's for sure. Plus I cut with a rotary cutter and not scissors, which I know a lot of people don't do this. It can be dangerous. I have cut the tip of my finger off before. But that's one. Don't forget salvage. Oh my gosh. I'm good. Whew. That happened. Wanda's reminding me because in the Tuesday class, I cut out my main stuff out of precious vinyl, and there was like 1 inch of salvage on this side that I cut into, so I had to waste that vinyl and cut out more. I wanted to cry. Thank you, Wanda. Or Kim. Kim said that, yeah. What piece are you cutting? I am cutting the piece B, 4 of them. So for the front pouch and for the back pouch. You almost made huge mistakes. What did you almost do, Kim? Oh yeah, Wanda, I could definitely do a little change purse with the scraps. We're cutting all of the pouch panels is what we're doing, piece B. So we've done the middle section and we're doing the 4 other sections. So if you're doing all one color, they're all the same, but these are the ones that I had in my Starbucks fabric on this other one. 2. But I do like the simplicity of how this one is to cut out. It's very easy. 3. And my 4th one. Okay. And then I'll take a little break there. Let everybody catch up a little. Give it about, I don't know, 5 minutes or so. And then we will move into cutting the lining, the Decaville Light or EB Fuse Heavy, and the Decaville Heavy. Oh yes, Kim, that's what happened to me on the Tuesday class. I didn't take into account that, and it was like 1 inch long. It was crazy. On my beloved Beatles vinyl, like really. That's okay. Okay, so far we have 1, 2, 3, 4 for our front pouch and our back pouch, and then 2 for our middle pouch. So, whoops, let go. Tiffany's eating it. So we've cut out this one, the middle, and this one here. I'll put this in my scrap bin, and this is what I have for scraps. I actually think I have enough that I can make a mini plastic zipper around wallet with this. I might have to do that. Put that down there. All right. So give everybody about 5 minutes or so. Let me know when you are done. I'll put you back to my face and I will drink my iced tea a little bit. Where is my thing? Face. Whoops. Showing you black screen. Like my new homemade sign right there. Another thrift store find my parents found me. I'm just going to make sure nobody's trying to get a hold of me here. Let me just text somebody. that my mistake made you check? That's awesome, Kim. I'm glad you can learn from my mistakes. Look at the mess that is Tiffany there. Holy moly. Oops. Wanda sending me pictures. That is very cute, Wanda. Thank you for sending me that picture. That is adorable. I want to show everybody this. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. Look at, Wanda just sent me that picture of that coin purse. Isn't that so cute? What pattern is that, Wanda? Is that a Wanda pattern? That's adorable. That's like a little itty bitty zipper pocket right there, isn't it? How big is this? Not very big. Super cute. I love it when you guys text me stuff. Oh, and Wanda created that. Good job, Wanda. That's gorgeous. I hope it's okay that I showed everybody because I just did it. Good job creating that pattern. Super cute, isn't it? How's everybody doing with that cutting? Where are we at? I'm hooked on these David's teas. Like, they are so good. This one is the watermelon mint. It's loose leaf down here. This is a special cup from David's Tea. It's awesome for making iced tea. Why are you letting the dog in? Oh.
You want it in.
Yeah, but he's just going to come and try to make me go upstairs. We haven't cut lining yet. Nope. We stopped at all of the exterior pieces. I'm actually going to go and grab. Where did he go? He's right there. Okay. My deck a little heavy to be ready. Next, we're going to cut some interfacing. Cynthia's done. The medium woven interfacing and the fleece pieces, I will leave to you guys to do on your own. I'll explain which pieces need fleece when we get there. But yeah, we're going to cut together the Decaville Light and the Decaville Heavy, or in my case, I'm using EB Fuse Heavy. Dawn's done. Perfect. We'll give another 2 minutes. We're doing pretty good. It's only 5 o'clock. I don't foresee this being a full class because we don't have that much more to cut out, but I do have some explaining that we need to do, so. Oh yes, it says fusible fleece only if using quilt cotton on the exterior. You will cut 6. So you would, for all 6 of your exterior panels, if you're using cotton, you will be doing all 6 with medium woven interfacing, all 6 with pattern piece B2. I think we have that here. Oh my goodness, Coco. So you'll do, yeah, if you're using cotton, I'm going to start with just cotton while we're here. You will be interfacing all 6 of them with the woven interfacing. All 6 of them you will be cutting a piece B2 of fleece, as well as, and I honestly, because on the front and the back ones, we are going to be putting Decavol Light or EB Fuse Heavy. I honestly would not do the fleece on the front and back ones. So I would leave, yeah, I would do EB Fuse, or I do the fleece on the middle ones and on 2 of the these ones. And then the ones that are going to be the front and the back of the bag, I wouldn't put fleece on them. I think if you go with just the Decavol Light, you will be fine. But I leave that up to you if you want to do that. If you want to do the Decavol Light, we're going to be cutting that. That's where you cut the same piece, and you will do 2 with Decavol Light or EB Fuse Heavy on top of the fleece if you wanted to. So I guess it all depends on your cotton or whatever you want to be using. But if you're doing all vinyl like me, you will not need the fleece. Does that make sense? So you kind of have to use your own judgment, I guess, on how, if you're doing it in all cotton, what you want to use for your interfacing that way. Oh, Wanda, for your little change purse, that would be amazing. It's such a cute little purse. You should try to make a pattern out of it. I bet you it would sell. Okay, any questions about cotton interfacing for the exterior before we move on? Again, any pieces that you are doing vinyl, don't interface them with the fleeces. Only the cotton pieces that you will use medium woven interfacing and fleece on. And that's just to give it a little more girth to the bag, so it'll stand up a little bit. Any questions, or shall we move on? Okay. Did Benny stay in here? Look, and he's not even in here anymore. Man, oh man, now my door's just open. Okay, let's go back down to the table. So this is my EB Fuse Heavy. So this is where you'll use Decavol Light. This is equivalent to Decavol Light. So Decavol Light and or EB Fuse Heavy like I'm doing here. And we are going to cut out 2 of these pattern piece B2. Yeah, we're going to cut out 2 of these. So I'm just going to fold it on the line here and cut it this way. So this will be 1. I'm just using a scrap piece of my EB Fuse Heavy. That's why it kind of looks really skinny. So that's 1. Go ahead and cut a second one. Okay. Okay, so again, what these are going to go on to is, when you look at the pattern piece here, you got your front pouch, which is panel 1A. So one of them is going to go on panel 1A, and one of them is going to go on panel 3B, which is the front and the back. So this is 1A here, and this is 3B here. So it's the panels that you're going to have on your back and your front of your bag that you will be fusing these onto. So for homework, if you're using all vinyl, this is my front and my back, and you will be going ahead and fusing these outside of the seam allowances. We have a 1/4 inch seam allowance, so it should fit in there good. And you will be fusing those on. Now, if you are using cotton pieces, you will first interface with your medium woven interfacing. Decide if you want to use fleece interfacing on the front and the back as well. You may want to. I am not actually too sure. I haven't done it in cotton, so the pattern suggests doing all of them with fleece. And then once you've done the fleece, if you decided to do the fleece, then you would go ahead with your Decavol or your EB Fuse Heavy on top of the fleece for your front and the back. Oh, thanks, Karen. I try to give as much visual as I can. So, yeah. But because I'm using vinyl, we're just going to do this. If you are using a thicker vinyl, like this one is actually pretty pliable. It's a lot less than what that other one was. If you're worried about the thickness of the vinyl, I would honestly leave the Decavol or the EB Fuse off because the vinyl will stand up on its own if it's a thicker one. So the instructions for this are a little bit confusing. So I'm hoping I'm explaining it okay. So yeah. So if you are using a thicker vinyl and you're worried about that thicker vinyl, I would just leave the Decavol off because the thicker vinyl is going to make it stand up anyways. This one isn't, so I think you can see I can kind of squish it so I know it's going to turn okay because I can squish it into a little ball. But if you find you have a hard time squishing it into a ball, because this is pretty much what it's going to be like when you're turning it through that bag, like seriously. If it's not as pliable as that, I would consider leaving the Decavol off. Okay, so that will be homework to fuse those onto your pieces for that, for your exteriors. And before we move on to the lining, I'm just going to set this aside because we will be using it again. I can put this away. I can put this away. Now we want to grab out our flap panel interfacing. It calls for Decavol Light in this. Again, I'm going to use Decavol Heavy just because I like a thicker flap, and it gives a little bit more for your magnetic snap to grab onto as well. I don't think Decavol Light is quite heavy enough for that. So you can do whatever you prefer. If you are doing this in cotton, of course you will have to use your cotton pieces with a woven interfacing first, and then put on your Decavol Light or Decavol Heavy pieces on just one. You only need to do one. We're only going to put it on one. We're not going to put it on both. So I'm going to go out ahead, and I'm actually going to draw this out on here. How do I want to do it? This way. Just because I don't have any scraps of Decavol Heavy right now, so you just need to do one of these. You don't have to do two. You can use Peltex for this too. Again, the pattern calls for Decavol Light, so if you want to do that, again, that definitely takes away some of that thickness when we go to turn it out. This is just my preference to use the Decavol Heavy for the flap. So again, you're using the interfacing panel, and go ahead and cut that out. Now, if you are on a domestic machine, make sure for your wovens and everything, you're actually using your interfacing template pattern pieces to keep the wovens outside of the seam allowances. For my woven interfacing and my lining pieces, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to make them the same size as my lining pieces. Otherwise, my my Tiffany will eat those cottons. I need to have at least a medium woven interfacing on my cottons. Okay, so homework for this one will be for on one of your flaps. Let me move this out of the way. Just one of the flap pieces. So this will actually be your lining flap piece. Okay, so the piece that is going, not this top piece, this bottom piece is where the interfacing is going to go for like your Decavol Light or your Decavol Heavy. Mainly because when we go to install these invisible connectors, it will not work if you have that heavy interfacing in there. You want to have the heavy interfacing on the lining side of it. Keep in mind, if you are doing, you can't have, I should have mentioned this before. 1 second, Kim, I'm not sure what I'm repeating for you. You'll have to let me know what I'm repeating. This top one, you will want to do in a vinyl because we have these hidden connectors that could result in raw edges here. So the exterior of your flap must be a non-fraying fabric because of how we do our hidden connectors. Mine, I don't have any raw edges because I managed to be able to pull it through, so I had a folded edge there, but that doesn't always work for everybody. Sometimes you end up with a little bit of a raw edge there, and if you have cotton, that will not be good. So make sure that you're using a vinyl or a cork or something for the exterior flap. And then what I was saying was for the lining side of the flap is where you will be putting your flap main stabilizer. Okay? Did that answer the question, Kim? All makes sense? For me, it doesn't matter because both of mine are the same color. The flap interfacing. Okay, are you talking flap interfacing for vinyl or flap interfacings for vinyl and cotton mixture? So what I was saying is, for the flap, the pattern calls for Decaville Light as the main stabilizer. I'm using Decaville Heavy because I like a stiffer flap, but you can definitely use Decaville Light if you prefer. This Decaville Light or Decaville Heavy, whatever you prefer, will be going on the lining flap. The exterior flap, you have to make sure is a non-fraying fabric because we will be doing hidden connectors on there that may result in raw edges. So make sure your exterior flap is a non-fraying fabric. Does that make sense? Have I confused everybody, or does that make sense to everybody? Okay, so I'll give everybody 5 minutes or so to get that part done, and then we will go to our lining, which will be super fast. I'm using hot pink. I changed my mind again. I will drink more tea. Okay, so you'll be doing it like me, Kim. So yeah, you're either going to use Decaville Light or you can use Peltex or Decaville Heavy. It's completely your choice. I'm using Decaville Heavy. It's not written like that in the pattern. That is just what I want to do. That's what I did in the demo bag, and it turned out pretty good. Makes total sense? Perfect. Okay. If I'm ever super confusing, please stop me and get me to change how I explain it. And this is what's great about cutting classes too. So not cutting classes like skipping school, but cutting stuff out. Because sometimes, I know many times, I will cut out a pattern and then I will cut it out completely wrong because I've read it weird or whatever. At least you know that I have made at least one of these bags. I've figured out all of the things that we may go wrong on. So. He said, tomorrow I may take down the tutorial I just put up for this bag just because there was a ticket put in that I used copyrighted music, which I didn't. I have a membership to Bensound, which is royalty-free music, but it sometimes takes 30 days for that to get investigated, and I don't think I want to go through an investigation like that, so I may change my music that's in my video to something I know I've never had problems with and re-upload it. And for the pouches B2, how many pieces of interfacing? The interfacing pieces, or because the pouch pieces B and the interfacing is B2. What are you using, Kim? Are you all vinyl for your outside, or are you all cotton for your outside? Because it's different for everybody. So this is the interfacing here. So if you're using all cotton, all 6 pieces, you will back with woven interfacing, and then you will back with fleece interfacing using this template. And then your front and your back ones, you will also put Decavol Light or EB Fuse Heavy, just on the front and the back ones. If it's all vinyl, you don't have to interface any of them except for the front one and the back one, which you will use Decavol Light or EB Fuse Heavy. And yes, Amy, it's from Fabricland. I have, it's from the blender section. I have this in lots of colors. What is the guide to connect pouches piece? We don't need to cut that one, Cynthia. We will get to that next class, or you can watch the tutorial to see what it is. But that is the piece we use to connect, oops, let go, our pouches here, which also forms these slip pockets. It's a guide for sewing these together. It'll totally make sense. Okay, Kim, you're all vinyl, so the only interfacing you will need on your all vinyl pieces is EB Fuse Heavy or Decavol Light on the front one and on the back one, so 2 pieces. The other 4 do not get interfaced. Yeah, that one that says guide to connect pouch pieces, we're not cutting any fabric for that. That is just a guide, and it'll make sense later. That's okay, Kim. Don't worry about it. Okay, I don't believe it's already 20 after 5. Almost 20 after 5. Okay, so one more to cut besides woven interfacing. So now we're going to take our panel B piece here, and we are going to cut out 6 lining pieces, all of the same one. So again, if you're using directional, make sure you're aware of your direction. Mine's not directional, so I'm going to try to do my usual, see how many I can cut in a row all at once. So I think I could get 5 this way. We'll see. Okay. So I'm going to fold my fabric up like this. So that's usually how you would do it. Unless it's directional, you got to make sure your top is wherever it's going to be. But I'm super lazy and I hate cutting things. I just want to get it done fast. So here's one fold. So that would be 1. I'm going to fold it right about here. That gives me 2 folds. 1, 2. So that'll be 2 pieces for me. You guys are going to think I'm extreme. I'm only going to do 3 at a time because I don't know if I can, well, maybe I'll go more. I'm going to the width of my fabric. I'm going to fold it again, right here. Keeping in mind I have a selvage there. Now I can cut here. 1, 2, 3. I think I can get 1 more out of this. I'm going to fold it again, and I'm going to cut 4 at the same time. No, Kim, not at all. You can get me to repeat whatever you like. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's why you pay for membership, right? Ask away. Okay, so I got 1 fold, 2 folds, 3 folds, 4 folds. So I can cut 4 of these pieces at the same time. We'll see how hard this is going to be. I can see my selvage right there, so I'm going to make sure I don't cut that. Putting this on the fold with my rotary cutter, and I'm going to go crazy. I just changed my blade, so oh yeah, it's all good. This is me cutting this out fast. Four might have been a little extreme. I would go 3 usually. I got through it. Okay, so I managed to cut. Let's see if I was successful. One, 2, 3, 4, and I had to cut 2 more. So I'll cut the last 2 at the same time as well, just like I did with those, but only with 2 folds. Does anybody else cut multiple like I do? I mean, if I was doing directional, I wouldn't be cutting multiple. I would be cutting one at a time just to ensure I had my direction going the right way, because I'm pretty sure I would screw that up. So this one is called John Loudon Mystic Vine. It's super pretty. So to cut 2 more, I'm going to fold it up again, make sure I have enough width. I do. And I'm going to fold it right about here, ensuring I have 1 fold, 2 folds, so I know I'm cutting 2 pieces. And go ahead and cut those 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And just like that, our 6 lining pieces are done. Yay! Make sure all the same. So I'm going to make sure I keep these pieces with all of these because they're the same pattern piece. And then all you have left to cut out now is just 6 of your woven interfacings for your lining pieces. And that's it for cutting. That's it, that's all. I'm going to double check the list just to make sure. Seriously, that's all one pattern piece. Isn't that crazy? Like, super easy, but all one pattern piece just right there. Which is great. So I'm not going to cut the medium woven with you. You guys can do that on your own. You know how to do that already. I'm going to salvage some of this because I got lots left over. I love the hot pink. Put it back in my stash. Let's fold this up nicely. Ooh. I say it's a good thing I don't work in a fabric store because I think I would be broke. Let's put this in like this. Pretty fast to cut out. Our Thusday bag was really fast to cut out too, which is nice. So that could go back in my stash. All right. So now, after all that cutting is done, so again, the homework will be just fusing, interfacing. There will not be a homework class because it's just interfacing. I really actually only foresee one class where there will be homework. Very last class, when we get to the turning stage, the last of the turning may be homework, just because I do know it is going to take time. It took me 20 minutes to turn that bag out. So we will see what we're doing for time on last class when it comes to that. And then after last class, all it is putting on your handles, which we always do off camera anyways, and then it's done. So yeah. So what's great about this is you don't have a finishing top stitch or anything with this bag, which is great. I don't do any of this bag on my cylinder arm. It's 100% on my flatbed. Cynthia, you did too much house cleaning. I'm safe to say my back is fine because I did no house cleaning today. I keep hearing things. I think Brady's doing stuff in his room. Are there any questions about anything about this bag? I just know that I knew there would be a lot of discussion about fabric choices for it, interfacing, because it's different depending on what those fabric choices are. So if you have any questions, now is the time to answer or to ask them, especially if you haven't started cutting out yet. I will give you the answer to the best of what I think. I'm not always right, but just what my opinion would be and what I would do myself. It is a really, really fun bag though. Like, I am actually thinking for my trip to Bali, if one of these hasn't sold at my market, I'll probably be taking it with me because I think it's a perfect travel bag because you can wear it crossbody, you can keep your passport and all that in there without having a heck of a lot of stuff that you need to carry. I mean, it's quite a bit smaller than my high-rate bag that I carry. Is the crossbody strap homework? Yes, the crossbody strap and the handle will be homework, but you don't need those until last class. But yeah, I won't be going. They are done just like any other handle or crossbody strap. So yes, they are homework, but again, we don't need them till the very last day. Don't need them until the bag is finished. Is there anything you guys want to see on this? Sounds good, Wanda. Sorry I moved so fast. I just think it's super cute. I like it. Oh, you got to finish your apothecary. Yes, the apothecary, both, and EB Fuse Light for cotton interior. Yes, EB Fuse Light for all cotton pieces. I will be cutting all 6 of my EB Fuse Lights or SF101 pieces with that. Yes, Wanda, I am taking the month of December off. I do plan on having some tutorials for the membership side that will be just for the membership side for December. So those will be a surprise and all because I will not be here. I will be taking all of December off from classes. But if you decide to keep your membership active during the month of December, I do plan on having a few things there. And I am debating for the membership side. I wanted to talk to all of you about it, how you would feel for a New Year's Eve day or even a New Year's Eve night so along together. That would be completely live and we would just be hanging out and we could choose a bag that we want to make, or we could just make whatever we want and just hang out for all of New Year's Eve, but that would be probably just for members. But if there's no interest in that from the membership side, I don't know, I probably wouldn't do it. But yeah, but I will be taking December off and then we'll be coming back strong in January. Inside. Okay. So there's those 3 pouches. Again, there's these little slips in the middle. They're not very big. My phone doesn't fit in there, but they go about the same as my hand. Now you're going to see the zipper pulls. The 2 outside ones close to the right and the middle one closes to the left. And what that is for is if the zipper and the zipper tabs were all on one side, it would be like super thick on one side and not on the other. So this is just to evenly distribute this thickness underneath of the flap. And then these are the pouches. Oops. So yeah, so I'm trying to think of if people were to keep their memberships, because again, I feel bad that we won't be doing any classes because I will be gone for about 2 or 3 weeks, but I do want to, for those that are holding on to their memberships, want to have something for everybody. So I think I will be doing a couple tutorials which will be released just to the membership side for the month of December, and then in January they will go live to the public side, and then just trying to come up with a few activities. Oh, thank you, Wanda. I appreciate it because actually the membership side, we have enough members now that it has worked into being my paycheck. So I appreciate each and every one of you because you are making it so I can do what I want to do full time. Monetization with the videos pays crap. I will honestly say with all of the videos that I put out last month, and I put out a lot of videos last month, my monetization was only about $300. So all of that work I got $300 for from YouTube. So I always want to be an open book for all of you guys to let you know what's going on. But of course I need to bring it in a paycheck. So to enable me to keep being able to make these videos for the public side and not have to go work full time. Oh, and also because before my full-time job was the custom orders. And I was burning myself out with the custom orders because I would have to pump out 5 custom orders a week in order to make the same as I did full-time in my admin job. And I did that for 2 years, and it was getting hard. And then when I started the YouTube thing, that became my passion. But of course, making the tutorials for the public side, it doesn't necessarily pay the monetization. I get paid like, I want to say 1 cent a click or something like that. I mean, I have almost 9,000. I have almost 8,800 subscribers, and I know that'll grow. But monetization really pays nothing. All of that work, maybe $300 Canadian, like not a ton. And then when all of you were requesting classes and we decided to do this, and the membership keeps growing, that has now enabled me to teach, which I love to do in person, hang out with all of you guys, which are my friends, and then bring in a wage, which is making it so I can take on less custom, so I could give more time to teaching the classes and having one-on-one time with those that are needed outside of class time, which many of you know. Many of you email me and contact me, and I help you along or whatever, and that is great. I love doing that. Enables me to still make tutorials for the channel, which I love. And I can now take on less custom orders. And now what's happening is my tutorial bags and my class bags are now creating my stock for my 3 big markets that I do through the holiday season, which I'm hoping will be a nice little nest egg once they sell, because I'm not taking on as much custom. I am booked for custom up until 1 bag a week only until the end of March. So I did cut back quite a bit. But yeah, so that is, I just always want to be a big open book. And again, in December, it was scaring me when my sister-in-law, because the story with me going to Bali, I'm not paying for it. I'm actually getting my brother's ticket. A year ago, okay, my brother met my sister-in-law in Japan when they were both living there back in their early 20s. They've been married for 25 years now. No, 20 years. I've been married for 25 years. So they met there. She was going to the University of Tokyo, and he was working. She's from Indonesia. He's from here. They've lived there for 3 years. They both moved here, got married, etc. So she is a Canadian citizen now. She got her full Canadian citizenship, I want to say about 5 years. So she's been here 20 years, but she got about 5 years ago. But her sister had been battling breast cancer for about 10 years. And unfortunately, last October, her sister, who was only 42, lost her battle to breast cancer. And my sister-in-law, Kristen, was devastated because due to COVID, she couldn't get there to say goodbye. And she couldn't get there for the funeral. So that was really hard for her. But she and my brother had bought their tickets to Indonesia for that, and then the borders to Indonesia got closed due to COVID. So they had 1 year, well, they had till December 31st to use those unrefundable tickets. My brother just started a new job working for Meta or Facebook, believe it or not, so he can't get the time off, but Kristen really needs to go and say goodbye to her sister. So she asked me to go with her. I mean, her family's there, but traveling alone isn't safe. So they are treating me to a trip to Bali, which I would never be able to afford to do ever. And I would never be able to do if I wasn't self-employed. So this is amazing. So I'm taking my brother's ticket, which was transferable, and I'm going to be her support when she goes to say goodbye to her sister, and we're going for 3 weeks, and I'm super excited to meet her family. They don't all speak English, so that should be a lot of fun. Kristen didn't speak very much English when she moved here. She and my brother used to talk Japanese to one another, but she's more fluent than I am now. So it's a really special trip for me and her to go, and I know I just probably bored all of you guys with that, but that's why I'm going. We're going for 2 or 3 weeks, as long as I have to hope I can get my passport in time. But yeah, that's why we're going. So I'm thinking I will be releasing, I'm going to come up with some member stuff I don't expect all of you to hold on to your memberships through the month of December with me not teaching classes. I understand that, but I just want you to know I am going to have some exclusive stuff for you those 30 days as well, because that month is my paycheck too. So again, I just like to be a wide open book, let you know where my head is, and that I appreciate each and every one of you for letting me do what I do. Doing what I love, finally, for the first time. So it's great. Okay. Amy, what do you need the Lola picks for? I need the Lola picks. I posted it. When did I say I needed them for? The 19th. I would like to have them by the 19th. And I can do the picture. So that gives us a couple weeks. Karen says it's going to be lots of happy and sad at the same time, but lots of love for sure. Yes. I actually, the sister of Kristen's that passed away, I never met her in person, but we were really, really good Facebook friends. So it was like losing a sister when she went. And then Kristen was so devastated. So thank you, Cynthia. Yeah, so it'll be a year. October 31st. She passed away on Halloween, actually. And I'm just so touched that my sister-in-law wants to take me. But do you know what? Sometimes I like her more than I like my brother even. She's the best gift my brother ever gave me, marrying her, because it gave me a sister that I never had. I mean, it's just my brother and I adore my brother, but his wife is amazing. I just love her to bits. So I'm glad I can go with her. And she's so excited because I guess Indonesia is like the fabric capital of the world. And she's going to take me to all these amazing places in Jakarta and Bali and everything. Apparently there is a fabric mall. Like, I just don't know. I'm just so excited. So excited to go. And I've never been off at this continent. The last time I was out of Canada was in 2003 when I went to Disneyland. Like, I don't travel. So it should be fun. I'm sure I'll take a lot of video and share it with all of you. Thanks, Amy. So yeah, so December, I will be taking off of classes, but I'm going to be working hard in November to create a bunch of exclusive content for you guys that'll be exclusive through the month of December to say thank you. And then yeah, I am really thinking about, I have to talk to my husband to make sure he doesn't have plans, but I think a New Year's thing could be a lot of fun. I have to decide if I want to do it public side or membership side. I don't know which yet. I'd love to know what you guys thought. I mean, if I do membership side, there's not that bring a lot of money. Cynthia, I'm limiting myself to $1,000 spending money because it is before Christmas too. I have to still buy, I still have to be able to pay for Christmas. Yes, it will be a happy and a sad trip. We're going to celebrate her sister though, so I'm going to try to keep her up as much as I can. So yeah. But yeah, so yeah, we'll decide for Christmas whether I'm doing, I could do a membership side live Christmas Eve type thing. My only fear is I'd have to know how many are there because only, I mean, we have 40 members and about the same people, like all of us, are the ones that come on live. So I would hate to be here on New Year's Eve all by myself. You know, that would make me so sad. So yeah, lots of ideas. If you guys have any ideas of what you would like to see in December, I have to know within the next couple months because I have to get all of that stuff created on top of my tutorials for December. So it'll be fun. And sorry if that was long-winded, but again, you guys are all my friends and I just like to let you guys know where I'm at. I'm always an open book and you will always know what I'm about. So yeah. How's the cutting going? Did everybody get everything cut out? As the chat goes quiet. But yes, I'm excited to go. I have to go for my passport here in a couple weeks. I have to wait until 45 days before the trip to be able to rush a passport. So Marcianne says, such a touching story indeed. Happy you told it. It will be happy and sad trip. And it will be. It will be. But her sister fought it for 10 years. Like, how amazing and what a fighter. Like, yeah. You think I should do it on the public side, Wanda? Potentially. We'll see how I feel after I get back from my trip. It may be a last minute thing. Oh, perfect, Don. Kim would love a New Year so along. Yeah, things to think about. I'm sure I'm not one, like I work 7 days a week. Like I very rarely take a day off. My admins, my wonderful, wonderful 6 admins are always making me take time off and congratulating me when I do. Hey, Frankie. Wow, Cynthia, you're already interfaced even. Good for you. So yeah, it's going to be really weird taking 2 to 3 weeks off without my sewing machine. I definitely can't take Tiffany with me. But I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah, I know Bali we're going for 3 nights, and they had reserved, I want to say it's almost like a honeymoon type suite, so Kristen and I should be nice and close at the end of that. She says, I think they have a king-size bed. I'm like, you know what? We're sisters. We can share. It's not a big deal. Put pillows in between us or something. I'm not worried about it. And then after that, we're staying with her other sister, so that'll be a lot of fun. And she's got little kids, and I just love kids, so it'll be great. Lauren, you think a New Year's sew-along would be great too? Awesome. So yeah, it'll just be whether it's on the membership side or the public side. We'll kind of play it by ear and see how it is. And so I'll play it by ear. It all based on how I come back from that trip, how tired I am. But I think I'm going to be raring to go. So yeah. I don't do a lot of live sew-alongs, as you guys know. That's only on the membership side. So when I get back from my trip in between Christmas and New Year's, I wouldn't be surprised if I hop on the membership side and we make a few things together too. When I interface my vinyl, do I use a Teflon sheet? I do not, but I use short bursts of heat and steam, and I always make, and I only do the wrong side, and I always make sure the iron is always going. When I was first starting out, yes, I did use a Teflon sheet. When I use my heat press, yes, I do use my Teflon sheet, but honestly, since getting this pressure steam iron, I don't ever use my heat press anymore. Give my carpal tunnel a rest and time to heal. Yeah. Lenore says, watch out for the monkeys in Bali. They bite. Really? I was so excited about seeing monkeys in the wild too. Oh my. I hear they steal things too. I'm excited. I've never been anywhere tropical, so I know we're there during the rainy season, which is okay because I'm not a girl that really likes the heat, so I'm good with the rain. But yeah, Marcianne, Teflon sheet is definitely the safer way to go. I honestly just am probably lazy, so. But if you don't use one, just make sure the iron is always moving and you're only doing short bursts of heat. I also use a wool mat for my ironing, and the wool mat holds on to a lot of the heat, so I will do a lot of quick bursts of steam, and then I'll flip it over so the interfacing is right up against the wool mat and the vinyl's on top, and I will actually use my hands to push down on the vinyl to try to get the heat to come up and do it that way. Frankie, I am going to Bali for 2 to 3 weeks in December is what I was just telling everybody. So there will be no classes in December, but I plan on making some exclusive content to release just for the members, for those of you that hold on to your memberships for the month of December. So I'm not sure what that content is going to be yet, but it will be pre-recorded. Probably will be some tutorials that I will release to you guys exclusively for December, and then at the end of December, launching them to the public side. Yeah, thanks. I'm nervous and happy at the same time. I don't think I'm excited about a 20-hour flight. But I think the most I've been on a plane is maybe 3 hours to Winnipeg. That was a long flight for me. But it's all depending if I can get my passport. If I can't get my passport, I'll probably be teaching classes in December. So I will keep you guys posted, but I think there's not going to be any problems and I'll be going. Oh dear. So your iron may have been too hot to fly first class. I don't think my brother and sister-in-law can afford that for me. They're the ones paying for my ticket, so. Oh dear. Marcianne, were you moving your iron constantly? I said you have to do it in really short bursts and lots of steam. I wish my iron was heated up right now, but it takes a while to heat up because it's a steam iron. And I would show you, but Yeah. Show you how I do it. Teflon sheet might help you though, for sure. But yeah, definitely just short bursts of heat. Or lower the temperature. Then again, it has to be a certain temperature for that to adhere too, so. Yeah, Kim, I foresee the flight being horrible. 20 hours. We're going to be so smelly by the end of it. I mean, that's no showering. We're going to have like 2-day makeup. It's going to look terrible. Well, my sister-in-law doesn't wear makeup, but I do, so it'll still be fun. I have never used the Cricut heat press before. Has anybody else used the Cricut heat press when fusing Decaville Heavy to vinyl that can help Marcianne out there? I do not have one, so I don't even know what temperature you would set it at for that. Because I guess that you don't move, you just put it over top, right? I just use my iron so I can constantly keep it moving. Oh, look, Dawn! You're a member for 7 months, VIP of the month. Yay! Whoa, weird. How did that happen? It's announcing it. Look, it's Dawn's 7-month anniversary. That is crazy. The YouTube surprises me because this whole membership thing is new. That just showed up on our screen too. That is hilarious. So at this moment, 7 months ago, you joined memberships. Oh wow, that means we've been doing classes for 7 months already? What? March, April, May, June, July, August. Craziness, 7 months already? How the heck did that happen? That's a lot of friggin' bags. Congratulations, Dawn. Dawn, you're probably my first member. Good night, Diane. Message me if you have any questions. I said it's 5:45, so we're just kind of chatting now. So the next couple classes will be full right to the end, I promise you. Oh, Kim doesn't like the Cricut press. Said I've never used one, so I don't have an opinion on it at all. How long was your flight to Zambia, Frankie? Frankie, I can probably tell you how many months it says for you. Let me look. I don't know the exact date you joined, but it tells me. Oopsies. Let me go in here. Frankie. I want to go here. No. Not there. I'm looking on my phone now, so it gets a little confusing here. Let me see. Memberships. See more. Let me find Frankie. Good night, Lenore. Thanks for joining us. Too long as a member or too long of a flight? Let's see. Frankie. Frankie, you have been on for 6 months. 6 months. So you've been on almost since the beginning as well. So you must have started after Necessary Clutch Wallet. Sonar was saying she wouldn't have bought a cutter. She only uses it when she's doing a bunch of the same pattern. My Cricut cutter, I honestly never use. It's in my desk back there. But when I am doing a whole bunch of cutting, I will do it. Otherwise, I don't. But I do use it to cut my cork wallets when I do that. So, are there any other questions at all about anything? About my trip? About December? Cynthia only missed the second one. You guys are awesome. So supportive. Amazing. So yeah, we should see a bunch. It's funny that that comes up as 7 months, so it must just happen when it's exactly the day. I love it. All right. Well, if there's no more questions about anything, I guess we can call it. Again, if you guys have any ideas what I can do, I would love to know what you would like to see in December while I'm away on holidays, but I need to know ASAP so I can plan all of that out and find time for that. I'm leaving probably between November 24th and November 28th. Oh, November 28th was when we're leaving, because I told her I couldn't leave before then because I had classes till the end of November. So November 28th, then we're going for 2 to 3 weeks. We haven't solidified the ticket yet because we have to wait and see that my passport comes through in time. So hopefully it does. I really want to go. So, all right. So yeah, if anybody has any questions, make sure you shoot me an email or message me on Facebook, what have you. And I hope you guys all have a great night. Thank you for making everything so amazing. And I will see you guys some of you on Tuesday. The rest I'll see you on Thursday. Have a good night, everybody. Bye.